We need to get the crystal. There's a crystal that's like supposedly for
Technology?
tech stuff. Like when you have like a lot of tech issues and stuff, like if you have this crystal around like in your office
order
or
it right
it's
now.
supposed to be.
Right, order 50 of them.
Okay, let's clap.
3, 2, 1. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Millennial Girls Podcast. We are together again. If you're not watching on YouTube, we are together. I'm Racquel
And I'm Natasha.
And we've got a lot going on today.
Yeah, we decided to get together again for this episode because we always get a bad rep for being millennials. And hello, this is the Millennial Girls Podcast, so we need to stand up for ourselves here.
I know. I don't know why we get such a bad rep. Rap or rep?
Oh, don't ask me that.
Rep. Here we go again.
Not that kind of rap. So if you're not watching on YouTube, Racquel decided to channel her inner Lizzie McGuire today.
Oh yeah,
because she's got the full-on like limited to butterfly clips in the hair.
Guys,
it's cute though.
I got 50 of them on Amazon.
50?
Oh, there's 50 of them.
Oh my gosh,
for like $5.
That's so cool though.
Yeah, I mean, if you want them too, link in our description.
Yeah.
We're gonna link them.
If you want to look as cute as Racquel does today, we're hooking you up there.
Anyway, episode. So millennials, guys, we had to talk about it. We've obviously insinuated we're millennials, duh, hence the name of the podcast. But millennials are actually 1981 to 1996, and I didn't even know that. So 24 to 39.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting old, guys.
Yeah, I feel like once we looked up that number, I was like, whew.
You guys, there is a generation after us called Gen Z. Millennials don't just go till the end of time. Like, can I please clarify this? Because I know several people that I've worked with personally that think that everybody younger than them is just a millennial. That's not the case. And Racquel and I just discovered the other day.
Alpha?
Generation Alpha?
That's... You're still a little guppy right now. I don't know.
Apparently, Generation Alpha is after Generation Z. So there's already two after us, guys. So
is that like my little cousin, Aubrey? Like, she's not old. Is she an alpha?
Maybe.
Aubrey's, you're an alpha. What up?
But apparently with millennials, I feel like over the years, a lot of people, especially older than us, right? So you have Gen X above us, and then you have baby boomers above them, that are normally like, oh, you know, millennials this, like millennials that. It's always kind of like shit-talking millennials.
Yeah, everyone thinks that we're like too bold, we're too good to work or do anything, and obviously that's not the case. I feel like millennials, maybe it's, because we are one, but we're some of the hardest working people. Like, we are the people who are creating our own companies and our podcasts, and we're doing what we have to do to kind of be happy and create our own brand. And I feel like that just wasn't a thing before.
Well, I think that too is that we've evolved into this generation of do what makes you happy. So everybody, you know, our parents are the ones that are like, oh, you know, we were the ones that studied such and such subject. Like, let's say I studied to be a doctor and then I go to get my PhD, but I'm, you know, miserable or whatever.
Right.
I mean, this is not the best example, but like people that are saying this, right? And then it's like, afterwards, when they start working their career, they start having a family, they're the ones that are telling us, like, you know what, you should do what makes you happy. So, God, don't blame us, millennials, for trying to do that.
Don't blame us. But it's just, it's one of those things, though, that we are millennials, so we have that instilled in us, but then we also have, which we talked about before, we're comparing ourselves so much to other people because of social media. Like, we were kind of the guinea pigs for social media. Right. 100%. So, on one hand, we have the people thinking that we're too bold or we're too this.
But then, entitled. I feel like entitled is a big one.
Entitlement. But then we
yeah, maybe.
But then people also don't realize that we were literally the guinea pigs for social media, and now everyone under us is kind of the way they are because of what we went through. We were basically the science experiment for everyone.
Oh, gosh.
We were the science experiment for all of these people creating these apps, right? Because...
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Think about it. We are the reason, like, comparison culture is a thing.
Oh, great. So it is our fault.
Oh, wait.
We're terrible people.
I mean, it's not necessarily us. We were, again, what are we? We're the consumer.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Go me.
Even though she has butterfly clips in her hair, she's got a brain. I can't.
We're the consumer, right? Because
I can't.
Facebook and Instagram, everyone put out these social media apps. And I remember when I was in college and social media came out, I was like, I didn't even have it at first. And then as I started,
college?
Yeah. Like, I had a Facebook, but I didn't really, I kind of used it.
Wait, you didn't have social in high school?
No, not until senior year.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy. I had MySpace when I was 14.
I had a MySpace, but I didn't use it.
But, like, you're a little bit younger than me, so I would have assumed you would have already been on social, like, before I was.
I know, it's weird, and now I'm obsessed.
I mean, I'm also, like, a super techie person, so, like, I was that person that in middle school, like, if people were trying to create their MySpace page, I was like, I'll make it for you. Like, I found pleasure in creating people's MySpace pages. Yeah. I was, like, that creepy person in high school that, like, freshman year, I remember, like, there were so many people that I wanted to be friends with or, like, I had a crush on or something, and I was that girl that, like, I just invited everybody via Facebook messages and added them all as friends, and I was the weirdo.
Bold, I like it. We're definitely bold. Damn.
Maybe we are everything that people hate about us. So, yeah.
I think they're great attributions, and that's why we're great attributions in society,
But no, yeah, it was that person, and I remember, like, you know, certain people, they didn't, like, add me back, or, like, they wouldn't respond to my message, and I felt like such a loser, but, like, at the end of the day, I mean, I can't say that I regret doing any of it, I just didn't care, like, I was, like, what do I have to lose, you know?
So, why are we like that?
I mean, shoot, guys, we just shot ourselves in the foot, because I feel like that comes from entitlement, doesn't it?
But, like,
this episode definitely wasn't to defend millennials. We wanted to talk about being a millennial, but I thought we were going to do ourselves justice, but I guess we kind of just proved everybody right.
I don't think it's entitlement. Because entitlement, when you think about entitlement, you think it's because, you know, someone who comes from a rich family and they can do whatever they want. Like, that, to me, is entitlement. Like, that's... I think it was just a shift in our generation. And how, obviously, again, we were brought up with Lizzie McGuire and different things and had more access to technology, and dial-up was going away. So I don't necessarily think it's entitlement. I think it was the world developing. Well, now we're starting to push back, right, with social media.
What have we done?
Because we know how unhealthy it is to be obsessed with social media. I feel like within the past couple of years, everyone's starting to be like, okay, wow, this isn't healthy. And we talked about that in the episode with Chelsea, episode 19, saying, okay, wait, we're all trying to be like, wow, okay, we realize that people posting pictures 90 pounds on a yacht and me comparing myself to them is not ideal or what we should aspire to have or be. Yeah. So, I don't know.
I mean, now I'm curious to know, I wish I had these numbers now, but the people that even created the apps in the first place, I mean, are they? I don't think they're millennials. I think they were the generation before us. I think. But I could be wrong. How old is he?
He's definitely like 38, so he's a millennial.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I looked his age up actually the other day. I don't know why.
Oh, so he's right there. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Because I was going to say, like, I mean, obviously the intention of creating the social profile, for example, Facebook, I mean, originally it was to get college students to kind of find other college students, maybe in their same town, their same school. That was the whole purpose of it to begin with. And now look at what it's turned into, and obviously bought out Instagram, etc. Mm-hmm. So I guess I was trying to find an excuse to blame them, but I guess we can't. What do you think has contributed to the way that things have changed now as far as this perfection culture online, which again, we're transitioning. Now we're going back to let's be real, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, we can never be as real as we were in the beginning of social because, mind you, again, I was the weirdo on Facebook posting like funny pictures with me and my friends that were like really embarrassing photos that like to this day, they're like, why the hell did we post those on Facebook? No wonder nobody wanted to be friends with us in high school. But that was real. That was real.
Right.
Instagram, my first posts were like my legs with my cat on the corner of the bed or something, you know, like something kind of artsy. Yeah, it's like you're like kind of artsy, or like you just kind of snap a photo of that moment, or if you're with your friends and stuff, which is what Facebook was too. All my old Facebook photos are like me with my friends walking in the park or whatever, and it's not that anymore.
You know, it's so
I don't
funny.
think we will ever go back to that either.
I was looking back at pictures the other day because I knew we were doing this episode, and I mean, maybe I was naive and young, but I'm just so genuinely like happy in our pictures. I mean, you know, you're in senior year of high school. What have you got to think about? But it's funny to see like the development of a person's social media, but it's also really funny to see what other people say too, because I'll get those DMs that are like, oh my God, I'm so happy, I'm so glad you're doing so well, and you look like you're having the time of your life, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, but I'm broke. But I'm broke.
I can't. But see, that's what I mean. Like, how did that even happen?
That shift, I feel like, really happened.
Kim Kardashian?
Yeah. I mean, when we started paying attention to what people were doing in every single aspect of their life. Because when social media first came out, like you said, you weren't really paying attention to that. I was posting a picture like with my friends after class in college, or like, oh my God, like it wasn't to show off what you have.
Right.
It wasn't that.
Which again, the word social media, social.
Right.
Let's be social. So it should have a new name, because it's
comparison
definitely not
media.
that anymore.
It should be comparison media.
Really? It should have a new name. What's the point? We just came up with it.
No, I mean, it's definitely...
Because then you had Kim Kardashian, right? Kim Kardashian, I don't remember what I had watched. I watched something. I don't know if it was on Netflix or YouTube. I don't remember. But where people are speaking about Kim Kardashian being like the first person to kind of really blow things up on social media. Because again, when we started, I was not following celebrities. That just wasn't a thing to do.
I was following celebrities just because I watched E! News every single day of my life. And, you know, that was my religious experience, and that was my happiness, because that was my time to like unwind from life and sit and catch up on what everything was happening in Hollywood. But I wasn't necessarily following them on social media when I first started social media.
Right, you were watching them on television.
Right.
Like most of us always saw celebrities, which again, and that's before celebrities were actors and musicians. Right. So that's the thing, like, again, so I don't even remember when it was, but it was somewhere around reality television era, Kardashian starting and everything, that she was, like, kind of the first person to do the whole selfie thing. And I remember I was, like, so anti-selfie, because, again, millennial, right? You're, like, anti-whatever. And then it kept happening. More people were doing selfies, and then you just end up doing it, and then it becomes a thing. And then that turned into another trend, because we didn't have stories either. We didn't have Snapchat yet. So
no Snapchat.
Yeah, so
my Snapchat.
Which I'm speaking about it as if you guys, hello, you're millennials too, so you know what I'm talking about. We didn't have Snapchat yet, so you're not getting like that day-to-day kind of vlogging style, or like what's going on, day-to-day. And now it's just totally turned into that. I mean, you can see what a celebrity's up to all the time. 24/7. You don't need their reality show on TV anymore.
And the Kardashians are ending. So, I mean, I feel like we're the generation that has seen the shift happen so fast, because that's how life is moving with social media now. It's like we saw the start of social media.
I didn't think I would see the end. This is why I'm saying we're getting old, guys.
We saw the start of social media, and now we saw how it transpired so quickly into everything being digital. Things are 100% getting taken off TV, going to streaming, and now the biggest and starter of social media, basically, for celebrities or influencers, Kim and Keeping Up with the Kardashians being canceled. So now we're all waiting to see where that's going, in what direction, because that's totally going to affect how our industry is and just how we are on social media. 100%.
You guys, you need to let us know your thoughts and where you think that things are going to go in the future, because I really want to predict what's going to happen next, and I'm having a really hard time doing so. I don't know where it's going to shift.
I mean, I think, like we said, we've already started to see the pushback of the comparison culture situation, and us be like, whoa, this isn't healthy. I need to go talk to
Yeah, but it's kind of like, where is it going to go?
I mean, I don't know, because I do think it's going to go back to kind of being more real, but obviously not to how it was when it first started.
Right. Like, it's still, like, to me being real in this day and age, I guess, is, you know, like yesterday I posted stories on my Instagram, and I had like a couple of pimples on my face, and I didn't bother to like put more filters on my face to make it not show. That was like kind of like my way of being more real. Or like my captions on photos are no longer just like artsy fartsy captions. Like I have to like break something down. I have to explain something personal about myself. I feel like that's being real, but it's also being a lot more personal and vulnerable. Like the old day real us was like us posting a picture walking to the, I don't know, to the mall or what. I know I didn't want to say boat because it's the yacht. As I'm looking at the
because
my view, you can see like a cruise ship from where we are right now. But like walking to the mall, having a Starbucks Frappuccino or something, like it's too simplified now. I feel like it's like considered boring. Like if I literally posted a picture with a Frappuccino or my Frappuccino on the table and be like, love this drink, no one's gonna care.
No, I have to be.
And you have to still like put your picture through Lightroom and change the lighting and the setting so you can have the colors pop more and a little bit more contrast. It's not real still.
Yeah, everyone is still a
because there's so much competition.
Yeah.
Even though again, the whole point of social media is not to be competitive, but there's so much competition on there, meaning that there's let me take it back. Not competition. It's so saturated.
That's I would say competition.
No, but
I know people haven't gotten jobs because they don't have enough Instagram followers.
Well, that's another thing, though. I'm talking about like the content itself. Like it's so saturated that if your picture of a Starbucks Frappuccino is not the best one, you're gonna get 2 likes versus getting 1,000 likes, and that's just the reality of what it is now. It's like you're not. Tell me, who posts a picture just because they feel like it, and you don't care about the likes, you don't care about the comments, you don't care about the follows.
No one. I'm sorry, no one. But again, we've been seasoned to think that way,
right?
Because of the development we've seen.
When did influencer culture begin, though? Because we had the movement into celebrities online. Yeah, that we have access to their life.
Within like the past couple years, I think is when it heavily.
I don't remember when it
because
started.
I graduated college in 2015, and that's when all of my professors were like, everything's going to be moving to digital. Don't all of you who want to be sports reporters or whatever on TV, this is when it's starting to happen. Yes, bloggers, and then that moved to influencers. So that was 2015, 2016.
Around that time. Because I remember when I started to see these beautiful pictures of these girls. And they weren't even like the bikini kind of models and stuff today. It was like very fashion forward. That I remember, like, there was this girl, Margot and me. She was one of the first girls that I followed that was, like, a blogger at the time. And that was around that time, like, when I was, like, 23, 24, 25. And I remember because of her Instagram, that made me go to her website because I wanted to see, like, whatever she was talking about. And she has this cute dog with her. That's Margot and me. And now...
Marley and me?
Kind of, yeah.
Got it.
But it was so cute. And, like, I just followed her because, like, I liked her... like her clothes and stuff, like that's what I followed her for, and obviously the aesthetic. It was beautiful photography, and then I remember it started to slowly blow up where I would see other fashion influencers then moving into the models and that kind of thing.
Which is really cool because, I mean, honestly...
But even in that time, like, I wasn't seeing the brand deal stuff.
No, not yet. It was the past couple years.
Yeah.
Like 2 years, I'd say. 2 to 3.
Wow, it's fresh.
Yeah, so I mean, but it's moving so quickly, right? But that's it's always evolving and changing. So, I mean, I like the influencer thing, but I like that you're seeing girls or whatever, anyone in different shapes and sizes and stuff like that, because I feel like growing up, whenever we saw, anything, it was just models who were beautiful and untouchable, and you're like, I don't look like that. Like, I'm not going to look like that in those jeans. So,
no, it's definitely turned into, like, real people can become a somebody.
Which is cool.
In that sense, it's cool. But it's still fake to me. It's fake. Because even if you have, like, the plus-size girls that are, like, doing it big and then everybody's, like, you know, loud and proud, like, they're, you know, rooting for it, there's still photoshopping done. They're still doing exactly what the perfect, you know, looking models were doing before, too. So it's all kind of turned into the same thing. And the thing that I personally don't love about it is, of course, yes, I am trying to, let's call it, build an influence, but it's more building brand, building engagement. That's what I like to say, like, personally. But I think that I personally don't like consuming so much branded stuff anymore. It's become so commercial online, and I spend most of my day on Instagram, if not YouTube, as far as social. And every single post is a sponsored post, is an ad, is advertising for this brand, for that brand. And, like, don't get me wrong. Of course, we just put together our dream list of brands that we would love to work with. If you want to understand us, of course, at some point we want to make, you know, $1 doing brand deals and such. But it's like, I'd rather create content for them than, like, us being like, this is sponsored, this is an ad.
That might be the shift, though, because that's coming, you know what I mean? Because at some point, Instagram's definitely going to get even more strict with brand deals and stuff, and that's why they were trying to take away the likes in the first place and everything.
Right.
And so there might be that shift where they limit you to how many branded posts or this or that. Like, I mean, they're already trying to do stuff, which is kind of like, okay, well, we got to figure out how exactly to do it, because on the flip side, devil's advocate, like, we're 2020, this is what's happening, this is how people are consuming again. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if another platform's going to come out, social media platform, and it's just going to be, it's all branded content.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I mean, who knows?
I don't think anything could be just branded, because nobody would want it or download it. Because it's the same as when you watch broadcast television and everybody mutes or changes the channel, or radio when the commercial is on. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but if you do it like if you're going to that only for that, that's what I mean. Not like, it's not like an Instagram. Like, if you're going to that platform because you want to buy something, you know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, I guess.
Am I developing an app right now? Don't take my ideas.
But still, it's like, what I would like to see in the future, in the near future, would be that things are based on engagement at that point, because that's the way to really get to the real part of it. So if you have, you know, obviously we all have, I guess, some awareness as to, you know, people can buy followers online.
And likes. You can buy likes too.
You can buy likes, you can buy followers, and I'm not talking about promoting your post, because that's coming out of your own pocket, or like creating your own ad.
You can buy bots.
But you can have somebody basically get a bunch of fake followers for you, and that'll make you go from 2,000 followers to 10,000 followers or whatever. So when that happens, I think if Instagram really wants to clean, and we're just talking about Instagram, but it could apply to others. It's just, I feel like it's just a predominant one.
You could do it on YouTube too.
So I think that if we want to do a shift, it should be that they clear that out. That's what should happen.
Well, that's a whole other conversation, because that's also with the whole, like, what I went through with someone making a fake profile and all that stuff. So the security measures just need to be a little bit, I think, stronger on social media.
But that's what I'm saying, though. If they're going to clear things out, it's like, I wouldn't even limit the amount of branded content that you're going to do. I would search through who's creating pages and clean.
Yeah.
And clean if people are, you know, they have fake followers and stuff, clean it out. Which I know firsthand, because when I was working with a company and their social media numbers kept shifting all the time, where you'd lose like thousands of followers in a day, it's because they bought them. Mm-hmm. So, and
the bots get taken
down.
I
mean, obviously there's some effort to that, but I think that there should be more to it, because then at the end of the day, then you get the real of everything from everyone at that point.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
And you can still do your pretty pictures. You can still do your branded stuff, but at least it's like actually like organic following and engagement and not.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. It's like when you see people with a gajillion followers, but they get 500 likes.
Well, yeah, that's the first thing that I always check. If anybody has a ton of followers, I click their pictures right away. And
but then also, too,
let me see if it matches up.
It's kind of is also a catch-22 because I'm going through that right now. The algorithm keeps changing on Instagram.
Right, but
but
yours still makes okay sense.
Yeah.
It's not like I've gone on pages where it's like they have 10,000 followers and I'm like barely about to hit 2,000. They have like 10,000 followers and they have like 24 likes on their picture. You're like, come on, bro.
Oh, yeah, no. That's bad. That's really bad. And I think that's where, but again, that's because I know people were buying, I don't know, I guess people still are, but I know people or brands were buying stuff, this was like a couple years ago, because that was the height of everyone being compared to each other. So, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
What do you think is going to happen with this comparison culture going forward?
I
mean, I think generations, but the younger generations, I think it's going to change. I just do.
I think it's going to keep changing. I think
the comparison culture is very predominant amongst millennials, and
we started it.
I think that the generations, so Generation Z and apparently Generation Alpha, the younger generations, I think they're just consuming different kind of content, and that's why TikTok has blown up so much, because that generation is also growing up and
with it,
and that's the kind
we didn't have it when we were young,
right? And they're consuming quick entertainment, and it's not about perfection anymore. So I think that will also change the shift, and maybe there'll be a Generation Z or an Alpha that is going to create another social media app that changes everything. You never know.
I don't know. We'll see. Who knows, guys? What do you guys think is going to happen? What is happening today? Cut. All I know is that there's a quote that my mentor always tells me, and he says, comparison is the thief of joy.
Ooh.
Buddha said it. It's such a good quote. I write it down all the time. And whenever I talk to him, he's like, I tell you this all the time, Racquel, because I have a problem with comparing myself to other people.
Really?
Not so like pictures and stuff like that, more so career.
Right.
Like, I should have been here, I should have done this, I should have done this by now, like, why isn't it happening? Oh my God. And everyone's like, Racquel, take a deep breath. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Everything happens for a reason. Timing is everything. Kumbaya.
It's the thief of joy. But then what's the alternate? What's on the other side? So if you don't compare, then what? Really? That's the solution?
Eternally happy.
So are you saying that all millennials are unhappy?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
we all have therapists.
I mean, yeah, think about it. Everyone's in therapy. Everyone's on anxiety medication.
God.
Everyone I know has anxiety.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
We gotta see. We gotta look into that. If anybody recommends any like articles that we can even just share, like on our Facebook, on Twitter and stuff, please send them our way. Like, not just about the generations, but about what like social media culture kind of has, the effect it's had about anxiety amongst millennials.
The
like
way they are.
Yeah, it's just changed. I mean, think about it. The first thing I do when I wake up, which is really bad, is I go on Instagram. I wake up, I grab my phone, I turn off my alarm, and I go on Instagram. I'm the same.
Because I don't even check emails.
I've done it for periods of time when I get like really zen, like I have my like phases where I get like very, like I get into meditation and like all this stuff, and it's really hard for me to like maintain long term. But when I get in that mode, I don't check my phone first thing in the morning. I mean, I have a water view from my place.
I was like, what?
Like if I raise the curtain in my bedroom, I see like pure ocean basically. Like it's beautiful. And instead of doing that, I go on Instagram. How sad is that, guys? So it's like you double click a picture of an ocean on Instagram, but you have it right in front of you. It's so bad. Yeah. You guys know, that's it. We got to make a pact. Everybody join us in this pact. We are not going to check our phones first thing in the morning. Do something else first, besides peeing. Take a glass of water.
You're supposed to drink water, like live water with lemon.
Drink a glass of water first, or say something.
Chug your coffee. Anything is better than waking up and being addicted to your phone.
Yeah, what else can you do?
Download the Calm app. I have the Calm app. I literally am supposed to do a check-in every morning, and I literally
and you don't. I want to. Oh my god.
That's why I have so much anxiety today. All right, I think we solved our problems. Once again, this is my therapy session. Yeah. All right, guys.
We want to shout out.
Pact. Let's do it right now.
What?
We're not going to check our phone first thing when we wake up.
Tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow or starting?
Just tomorrow. No, going forward. Okay, fine. We'll check in with each other.
Yes.
First thing tomorrow morning.
Accountability.
We're going to put it on our Instagram stories. If you guys don't follow us already, at millennial_girls. And you spell millennial with 2 L's and 2 N's, by the way. And we're going to put it up on stories. Racquel and Natasha didn't check our phones first thing in the morning. Let's see if you guys joined the challenge.
Do it. This is your 30-day challenge. Let's do a 30-day challenge.
Oh my God. I hate committing to this, but fine. Okay, let's do it.
Shaking.
What am I going to do first thing in the morning? I got to decide. I got to like have an alternative
I need
here.
to check in with my Calm app. That's what I need to do.
I want to shout out one of our faithful, loyal listeners.
Yes.
Katie.
Katie, thank you so much for always sharing our episodes and putting it on social media and always like retweeting with commentary.
Yes.
It definitely helps. Thank you guys so much. Also, we got a good amount of new followers last week. Thank you so much. We hope you're enjoying. And always, peace, love, unicorns.
Peace, love, unicorns. Subscribe on YouTube. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye. Bye.